Okay, so we're working now. Yeah, we're using a Mitsubishi pen today. I like it with the serial number. If you can see that, like, little. No, this isn't really clear. And yeah, this is the serial number of the pencil, which I think is cool. Oh, and with our normal eraser here, one of my favorite eraser, works pretty well. Oh, so today we have a longer question. It's still, I'm not sure it's section B or section A for this one, but then to me 10 points is a big question, so let's do it carefully. Alright, so we have a function here. So fx is equals to x plus 9 minus 2. Oh, this is a trap here. A lot of my students fall into the trap, so let me get through those and you will know what. Inverse function, so we have to change it into subject, changing subject. So we will have y plus 2 squared equals to x plus 9. So it's pretty easy that x, so I better not skip steps. Minus 9, you get to x, so our inverse function should be x plus 2 squared minus 9. Okay, so this is the, be careful with those, because this function, when the normal function, original one, is actually something like this. So when we get to the inverse, it will not be, although this function looks like is a quadratic, but then it only cut off from what we have from the origin, because the inverse will not happen when the original one is not there. So we just have to flip it accordingly. So we need to determine the domain and the range of it. So we need to find the domain of it. So B, domain for fx should be just, we know that it should be x and then move 9 and then go down, move to 9. So it should be x bigger or equals to negative 9. But then just checking, so we have a GDC question here, why not check it? So we will have our square root x plus 9. Make sure move out there, and minus 2. So you can see that it starts from negative 9 onward, so it validates it. And then here's the inverse. Because this is there, so we have to start with the range of it. So it have to be x bigger or equals to negative 2, because the range starts from there. Be careful with, that's why I said that you need to be careful, because a lot of my students, a lot of normal public think that, oh, quadratic should be all real number. That makes people fall into the trap, because when you inverse this one, it only part of it. It looks a bit weird because the scale of the vertical and horizontal is different, but it's only come from there. So it doesn't go with the whole circle. So we have to base on what is the original to find the image of it. So be very careful with it. Determine the x-intercept of those. So we just have to get that in. I will type that in first. X plus 2 square minus 9, because it's only come from there. So I'm going to show you a method to actually write down the domain of it. So all you need to do is comma, and then you shift the square bracket and give it the domain. It could be it can start from negative, and then it could be forever, but I have to make it a big number there so that it goes forever on my calculator. So it go up from there, and then now with the function I can do gsolve. Root, they ask you which one, so the blue one. C, fx for fx, x should be equals to negative 5, and if you do that, the x-intercept is fine, because be careful, again be careful, if it's asked you for the coordinate, you have to write down the pairs. So for x inverse, this time I want the red one, you can have x equals to 1. It's only for us intercept, so this should be okay. And then last but not least, sketch those. Some of my students, when they sketch it, they put it into separate graph. For that, we should accept it, but remember for the correct domain. So it's just a sketch, so make sure you have, I'm using my ruler there. Move up a bit, yes. Okay, we can see it now. So, and just in case, I give it a showing that I know, let people know that what goes to x, I know it's reflected from there. And x-intercept, when you draw it, this is -5, and when you draw the other one, and this should be 1. And when you draw the other one here, okay, so this should be 1, and this is -5. Since it's just a sketch, it doesn't have to be in scale, but as long as you mark these number down. Although, yes, it's not really up to scale, but that's the way it is. So this is another 4-point photograph, and pretty straightforward. Oh, that was easy to get 10 points, not even 10 minutes. So actually we don't have enough time. Anyway, this is something else. Until next video, we'll have our next question, long question next time. Enjoy.